You guys might not think, but this story actually doesn't shock me none. No, it does. It still shocks me, but it's kind of like if there was a band out there with some psychotics, maybe, maybe. Okay, so check this out. Bay Area ex-rocker, a person of interest is girlfriend search. Missing girlfriend search. Okay, so they believe he killed his woman. Okay, but guess what band he's from? He used to be in. It was one of my original favorite bands. Used to be. A Capitola woman has gone missing, and Bay Area detectives say her ex-rock musician boyfriend is not cooperating with the investigation. Alice, 61, was last seen on December 3rd in Santa Cruz, and her worried family members reported her missing on December 12th, after Herman failed to get in touch for over a week. While searching for her, investigators in El Cerrito allegedly discovered her red 2007 Toyota Highlander parked in front of her boyfriend's home. Police identified that man as Theo Brooks Lengyel, I guess I could say his name, 54 of El Cerrito. Since making contact with who knows? I just used to listen to these people. I don't know how to pronounce Theo here. Okay, El Cerrito, police say he's not cooperating with the investigation. He's considered a person of interest in Herman's disappearance. He was a founding member of the funk metal band Mr. Bungle, which we just saw, right? I was like, May, something that starts with an M. Major assholes. Like, okay, so which was started by a group of Humboldt County high schoolers. Together, Mike and all these people that like to joke about being with children and doesn't care and all that shit and jumping in the audience, acting like Marilyn Manson. Those guys, yes, had a nearly 10-year run with the band from 1985 to mid-1990s, primarily playing saxophone in a 2005 Q&A. Dunn said he left the band on bad terms. Yeah, like they fired or something, right? Before California. But at that time, I don't care who's in the fucking band. I listen to the music, you know what I mean? So I was like, when I was reading it, I was like, anyway, so we unanimously decided to go on without him because he wasn't growing with the rest of the band and we're running out of things for him to do. He got pissed off and I haven't heard from him since. A LinkedIn profile for Theobald lists only his occupation since 2000, all in the software development and programming space. The only recommendation is from Theobald client Milo Stone. I, Milo Stone, hereby endorse Theo and everything he's ever done. I know him quite well, and I can say without hesitation that the scariest thing about him is his unfulfilled potential. For women, you're all scary, okay? So, according to El Cerrito police, Milo Stone is one of his known aliases. A spokesperson from the department confirmed that they believe he is a former Mr. Bungle member. Oh, so he's talking to himself? Like he has another alter name like that, and he said that about himself? Okay, detectives are seeking any information that may lead to Herman's whereabouts. El Cerrito police believe that Lengyel drove to Portland in the days after they disappeared. His vehicle is a distinct one. Police say he drives a 1989. I have a better car than these people. Okay, he drives a 1989 blue Ford pickup truck with the vanity plate cluttered, what? I don't know. UNCLDRT. Am I slow? I was like, I'm trying to understand that plate. But anyway, I think he never got a job since the last time he did an album. Like, what? How come? I don't even know these people. Who drives a 1980s car now? Okay, investigators are asking area residents who spent time in regional park and open spaces be on the lookout for anything suspicious that might lead to Alice's whereabouts. Holy crap. It's like this case. Okay, watch. I'm gonna go to his Wikipedia so you guys can see what it was that he did. Theobald. Not even like Theodore. It's Theobald. Okay, so Theobald Brooks Theo. alias Milo. He's born in 1969. He's a Generation X asshole and is a musician best known for former I think I died. Alto saxophonist for the influential experimental rock band, Mr. Bungle. So he first worked with the band on the demo, The Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny. Didn't they just do some bullshit with that, right? I mean, you know what I mean? Okay, so then and later, as a full-time member, he appeared on the band's first two major albums, Mr. Bungle, which was like their best thing, right? And then Disco, and yeah, that one. And then they appeared along with several other Mr. Bungle members as a special guest on Milt Banana's song Area 877 Phoenix Mix from their 1989 album Charlie. They have an album Charlie? Like, wait, what? I don't know. I'm not that fan. I'm not that groupie fan. The guys are the groupie fans of these ones. Okay, big time. Okay, so according to Mr. Bungle bassist Trevor, we unanimously decided to go on with him because he wasn't growing with the rest of the band and we were running out of things for him to do. He got pissed off and I haven't heard from him since. Okay, so in December 2023, then they put that he's named as a person of interest in the disappearance of his girlfriend. Okay, all these guys don't give a shit about women. I'll put it that way. They think they're funny. And so, yeah, there was a long time thing going on where I noticed something like a long time ago, but it wasn't like this major thing yet until like one day, like this thing about minors, and I was like, okay, no. And then unbeknownst to me, which made me more pissed off at this situation because and I've kind of talked about some of this, but I really don't want to get into it because for me, I'm going to get more pissed off than I have on any other person up in here. Because, like, I spent a lot of money for this band and shit, and I go see them and stuff, and then they're shitheads. So I, went to see him in it was in 2010, and then in 2012-ish or something like that. It was, like, back-to-back kind of thing, because it wasn't for Mr. Bungle. It was for, the other two bands that they were doing. And right before I went to that second one, I guess like one of the dudes wanted to make some jokes about having some little teenagers coming up in there. But then what followed that which was the other thing that I caught attention to, and then some additional things of them doing things without consent on fans in the audience and stuff that I do not condone. I wouldn't, and if I can't, I mean, I'm not, just because I'm a fan of somebody, I'm not going to sit there and stand by them while they do the same crap that everybody else has been doing. And then they want to make fun of this stuff. So it's just like, that's kind of the level of these people. So reading a story like this as some pal around them killed somebody, mostly a woman, femicide, does not shock me one bit. And for anybody else that doesn't have problems with some of the things that they did, how could you even listen to that crap now, though, knowing that somebody on the album, like, murdered some woman? That's the stuff we're talking about. And these are the people that are like, yeah, if they murder somebody, we just care about their artwork. Yeah, this is that band. They didn't see the problem with it. And there's some other people. There's just stuff, dude. I'm telling you. I go, they tell me who they are. They do. And I'm really good at this now. I was like, I am. I'm more pissed about this. I'm more pissed about this than them saying Marilyn Manson's a total rapist, because like while I was a fan of Marilyn, like I wasn't like this diehard and went to go see all his concerts or anything, but I did buy his stuff and listen to it. But this, I had to get coerced into this band. Like, this was the one where I was like, I'm not into this fish flipping or flopping around, because I had this like eyeball thing as a kid and I'm totally bothered by, like there's this whole thing to that. But anyway, but then I heard Mr. Bungle and then I became this huge fan. Like, I don't know, my friend gave me their thing in 91 or so. And then, yeah, it just happened to be this like side band that I was like this huge fan of, but like I didn't go to their concerts or anything. And then they did all these other things, and then I don't think I ever knew when they did. And then I didn't pay too much attention to, I never did with anybody really, other than that one band since I was like in seventh grade. But what happened was, in that 2010 portion there was some weird shit. And then I noticed some violent behaviors and things like that. And then, but I didn't do anything. I didn't trash anybody. I was raving on how much I really love their music. And I think that, this. So that goes on the wayside. You guys are out here doing this, and gender hate based violences and stuff like that, and disregarding child rape, and then thinking it's funny to have little teenagers coming to your show. That's just disgusting, because like I was coming out talking about me as a child victim at that time, and then they're off making these jokes, and I went over there in the middle of the night, which I don't have to do any of this stuff for anybody, you guys. And it's just like the big fu to their fans, and it's disrespectful. And I'm not the only victim that's like a fan of theirs. There's a lot of victims that are a fan of theirs, male and female, and they're off acting like these assholes. But you would think, like, okay, 1991 it happening, right? But then they want to get into these fights with people that I'm mad about because they did those things. So basically all those bands like Axl, from Guns N' Roses, and this band here, and Anthony Kiedis are all the same, really, at the end of the day. I go, yeah, they just fight each other because they all are the same, and they're just having ego problems with each other. They're not mad at each other for them being rapists. See? Like, it's like a socio fight between them all. And my gripe was because Anthony is a rapist, and then GNR, the same bullshit in the situation that happened to me. And then these fools are off doing crap, Like, so it's just like, why in the hell, I'm not going to talk about him and then sit there and be like, oh, this guy gets these guys get a pass. It's like, no. And then they continued on thinking it was funny in this recent concert thing. I don't want to get into it. I'm really pissed off, and I still don't want to talk about it. That's how mad I am right now. I said a lot right here, so get the gist of this crap.